Well, there is a definite sense of occasion here as both teams square up to each other with fire in their eyes. This is a day for hope, for expectation, for renewed ambition. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
I don't think we've seen a dribbler as good as this guy, Vinicius Junior, in some time. His favourite move is to receive the ball in a wide position, attract defenders his way, where he can turn them and just leave them behind and have a clean run at goal. He's a very tricky customer and getting better week by week.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Hoisted in, and he's made sure that's not getting through. Oh, they can break here. Camavinga. Bojan. Khan breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Played back in. Vinicius Junior! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Bragantino certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Park Ji-sung. Now it's Bojan. Oh, that's a key interception. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So
he rises! Just off target.
Park Ji-sung certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Robertson, and the pass is intercepted. Hazard looks to get on the end of this. And it's Ødegaard, and claimed it back swiftly. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Face to face, shapes to shoot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Vinicius Junior. That'll be a throw. Park Ji-sung. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Camavinga gets into some space. Up he goes! Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Robertson. Park Ji-sung. Now he's got space here. Oh, that's well spotted. Robertson.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. And he's going to have his name taken. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Now it's Isak. Hazard showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. He's got away. Chance, surely! Camavinga. Vieira. He's gone for goal! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Can he stop it going out? Hit into the middle. Well, that's an excellent interception. And he was quick to react. Vieira can see things others simply cannot. Camavinga. Mbappe in acres of space out wide. Camavinga with the clearance. Hazard. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. And that is a little undercooked. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Ødegaard. Well, that is one way to stop him. Looking to play him in. He's being urged to shoot. Ødegaard. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Mateus. And it's Robertson. And they've got a throw. And he's managed to gift it back. Can he get onto this? Chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
This possibly the last play of the half. That's a decent clearance. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. The midway point of the game.
What a pleasant surprise to see how open this game is turning into. Just wondering if the two teams are going to keep doing what we've seen in the first half. I hope that a cautious aspect doesn't...
Oh, that is asking for trouble. Timber. And here's Mbappe. Ødegaard. Now that's well seen too. And it's Eze. Played out wide. It's a pretty loose pass. Messi. And he's being shifted off it. Mateus. And here's Bojan. Backward it goes. Ødegaard. Park Ji-sung is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Bojan, expertly cut out, really nicely done. Tries to play it through. Oh, well played, that has snuffed out the danger.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Now it's Eze. He is through here. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
That's a promising run he's making on the right. Zanetti is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. And here's Messi. So we've reached the hour mark. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Now it's Isak. Ødegaard. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Messi. And that should get the job done.
Park Ji-sung really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity.
Great chance! And it's in! Any deeper thoughts about that goal?
Yeah, and anything that's hit low with real pace like that makes it so much harder for the keeper, and he was never going to get to that.
So we have the first goal.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
Messi. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist Peter in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
No, it's come to nothing. Not the most accurate pass. And he cuts out the supply. Some resolute defending there. Looking for options for movement. Hazard. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. Now that looks a decent ball. Aimed beyond the defence. And a chance! It's in! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Robertson. It's Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
That is ended up in no man's land. Goes for a shot! Hazard! He is just a joy! A finish of true class! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
They get a throw in.
Teremos uma substituição.
Just 5 minutes remaining now. Well, played right into his path. Bojan gets... shoots! Really well taken goal. He does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Yeah, he always had the measure of the keeper, and there was very little doubt as to how this was going to end up.
So is this the start of a comeback? Zanetti. And it's Doué. Park Ji-sung. There's a no-nonsense tackle. And he's quick to get it clear again. There's the man who is effectively the team's security policy. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Bojan into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Timber promptly onto that, and that is that. He's had it taken off him. Oh, just skips past his man. That is a great pick out. Oh, that's fabulous. Shot at goal! No mistake! Deep into injury time! The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Such a smart finish,
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Isaac voted man of the match and deservedly. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's away we go then. So Jim, would you say that this formation has become the norm in recent years?
Yeah, I think it's one that places the emphasis on your centre forward, not just holding the ball up or finishing, but all the movement that happens around him, outside and inside the box. And he has to link up with that midfield and bring everybody into play, which ensures a more cohesive system.
Park Ji-sung has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident. And he was quick to react. Tries to play it through. Messi providing an outlet on that flank.
That's just playing it safe and simple. It comes as little surprise, Peter, that we find the name of Park Ji-sung on this team sheet.
First name on the team sheet, you would think.
Yeah, and a player with a fantastic engine. I always think that every time you see him, he's just going to run himself into the ground. He'll give everything for the cause, and he always sets the tone for industry.
Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Messi. Kamavinga, and he's there to retrieve it. Tries to pass it through. Raul showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Now it's Hazard. He is through here. And he welcomes it in. And the shot! And it's a goal! First blood drawn. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Number 15.
Arsenal finding themselves unexpectedly behind. And that's put paid to a promising move. Arsenal upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
And it's Hazard. And here's Mbappe. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Hazard. Shoots! Park Ji-sung. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Hazard. That has been slung wide. He's found a way through. He's had it taken off him. Robertson made a surge from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it. Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Caicedo. And this is Hazard. And the pass is intercepted. Chance! Just off target. And here's Mbappe. Now it's Hazard. It's Hazard! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Arsenal with the corner, they're first. Ødegaard getting this one clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. And they're not going to make any further progress now. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Looking to play him in. And the finish! He's done very well to get to that.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Arsenal are looking to go forward now. That has ended up in no man's land. That's been cut out, well played. Ødegaard. Now, can they get him away? Hazard. Ugarte deals with that comfortably. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Van Dijk gets rid without sophistication. And he's quick to snatch it back. Look at... and the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Now it's Hazard. Caicedo. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Succumbs to the pressure. And that'll be the last act of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game, as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Leading 1-0 at the break.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 8, Messi.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. And it's Robertson. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, look at the space. And a chance! That's another chance! Oh, taken with style! And there's the goal they've been looking for. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Well, that's a booking, always looked it. Now it's Mbappe. Great vision. Now this could be a chance. Knocks it in. Decent chance! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
It's their second corner of the game. There's the header! He's missed, but not by that far.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Camavinga. He's got away. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Shapes to shoot! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Quality ball. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. 60 minutes played. Now it's Messi. Looking for options for movement. He slings it in. Defending of the desperate variety. Mbappe. Always onto this. Goes for a shot! Decent enough try. Corner number 2 then. And he gets rid in a hurry. And now they can spring out of defence. Nicely worked. Raul. And they win it back again. Plays a sharp little ball here. Raul gets into some space. Well, momentarily the situation was perilous, but his alertness has saved the day.
That is superb defensive work. The one man who had to be on top of his game, and he was.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
Variety is the spice of footballing life too. They need to alter their approach and start shifting this ball out wide.
Pass somewhat off target. Played out to the right. Played back in. Oh, cracking ball. Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Substitution in progress.
Great chance here from position A1. Messi! And how good was that? Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. And they are cruising away. Well, that was wonderful in every regard. Vision, concept, and considerable accuracy.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
And yes, it's him again. Mbappe! No, poor contact, nothing on the shot.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Park Ji-sung, looking for the run. Brilliantly cut out. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
He's tried one! And that's off target.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Well, that has not gone well. Just 5 minutes left. Well, that is one way to stop him. And here's Mbappe. Pinches it off him. Caicedo wins the duel this time. Now that looks a decent ball. Can he get on the end of this? Threads one in.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
This could be their final throw of the dice. Arsenal have their third corner.
There will be
Camavinga with the clearance. And he's had it nicked away. Messi. That's an imaginative pass. Not the most accurate pass. Caicedo.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
It's a pretty loose pass. Now he's off and running. Could try cutting inside here. Can he get it through? Bukber.
They need to play this.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, this is a side which is purring, picture perfect, a win they will relish, having pulverised what was put in front of them. It was a... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle, and here we go. Oliver Kahn, a huge man with a huge presence and a big, big voice in the game.
And big in intensity too, such a fierce competitor. Put a foot wrong and he'll be sure to let you know about it.
Well, he just commands respect, doesn't he? Respect of everyone, teammate and opponent alike.
Yeah, and he'll be setting the highest of standards out there, and he expects them to be met. No rest for that defence.
And this is Messi. Oh, well played, well played.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Oh, can he get onto this? That has been cut short. Can he get on the end of this? Out of play for a throw. Ødegaard, Kamavinga, balls out once more. Ødegaard, he's had it taken off him. Tonali, passes coming off in quick succession here. Well, that's an excellent interception. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Engages and forces him off the ball. Now it's Isak. Rashford. Great vision. Now it's Hazard.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
He's got plenty of space out wide here. Oh, well cut out. No mark. Ødegaard! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Now it's Messi. Now this could be a chance. It's a searching pass. No, he's just misjudged that one. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Rafinha. Oh, it's a great ball. Can he finish? And he's done it! So we have the first goal.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never...
Can he finish? And it's in! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down.
Isak! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. Tonali clears it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. He has found the way through. It's not an especially good pass, that. Ødegaard. And he's had it nicked away. Oh, perfectly measured that. He is through here. Rashford is the type of player who always likes having a bit of space in front of him. Threads one in, or played right into his path. Zola, nicely shaped ball, dink through. He's having a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Oh, he's been caught on it here! And this is Zola. Ødegaard. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And it's Makalele. And here's Doku. Park Ji-sung. Van der Ven makes the interception. And here's Doku. Tonali. Zola.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
Azar. It's Camavinga. And it's Cannavaro. Azar. The ball has bounced loose now. Stood up well to him there. Makalele. And that could set him on his way. Rafinha was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. That's the keeper's ball.
1 minute added time.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his...
And the referee brings the first half to a close. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. The midway point of the game.
Who wants half-time when you have a contest this good? I can only hope it picks up where it left off.
So in they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. So we're into the second 45. Tries to pass it through. Oh, they could be caught out here. And he's there to belt it away. Tonali. And that pass just didn't quite work. Nicely spread. Van Dijk. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Nicely weighted ball.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He's got away. Now it's Ødegaard. And a chance! He's missed, but not by that far.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And no, that was never going to make it. Ødegaard. Hazard providing an outlet on that flank. Spread neatly. That is a brilliant interception. Tonali. Zola. Now, can they get him away? And he's managed to get free. He's found some space. Takes a shot! Really well taken goal. And they're back in front. That was easy, almost too easy.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Venezia go into the lead. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Venezia clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And this is Messi. Oh, that's fabulous. Shapes to shoot! Oh, taken with style. That is remarkable. All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Simplicity itself.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
This is quite a battle.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Just eases him off the ball. And he's being shifted off it. Looking for options for movement. Rafinha looking for the run. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
That's a little off target. Lovely pass, but can he get there? That's the corner kick.
Substitution on the field. Number 10, Erdegaard. Coming on to replace him is number 22, Kukçu. Substitution.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Cannavaro tries to clear.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
He might be in here! Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Oh, it's come loose! And there's his chance to lead the counter. No, that's been intercepted. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Now it's Kukçu.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And here's Batistuta, pinches it off him. Now that looks a decent ball.
Substitution on the field. Number 23, Hazard.
A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very... And Batistuta! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, to be honest, he shouldn't have spilled that in the first place, but he recovered it really quickly, so no harm done.
It's played through for him.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Now it's Simons. Kukçu.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Can he get it through? Aimed beyond the defence. Now that is a hefty challenge. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards. Ball on the spot. Can he? And they've turned it round. Not much more than a formality.
Well, look at the keeper's reaction, Peter. He felt he could have kept it out. That was so tight.
And there goes the final whistle. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good.
And we come to you now.
Thrilling, nail-biting, perhaps frustrating until the very end, but we do have a win.